So they'll be calling you a radical. Stay on this. So I'm trying to get this confirmed through the Peace Vigil, through my contacts in DC, through my anonymous army. So what happened on 6/6? There was a meltdown. France, of course, is covering it up. China's not going to tell you. This is the new fucking European fucking water boiler right next to Hong Kong, by the way. And don't you think it's outrageous? They're throwing all the activists in Hong Kong. The United States did not protect Hong Kong. They protected them for 100 years. Not now. The U.S. is all in on the imperialism. So this nightmare should have never fucking been built. The cover up of Fukushima caused this. This is a meltdown. And so a letter was written to the United States Department of Energy, which by law has to happen. So by law, believe it or not, someone leaked it to fucking, I'm trying to get a hold of how. I told you we're going to get more and more leaks. And CNN, of all people, reports it. Now think about this. CNN reported it. There was a letter written by the French owner that operates this reactor in southern China that there's radiation plume imminent. Well, so what that means, they already know that there's radiation in the atmosphere. They're talking the jet stream. Now think about this. Radnet, Gina McCarthy crashed Radnet on March 11th, 2011. That's an unarguable fact. They took it down offline. She was head of Radnet, and then she came out of the EPA. She's the climate czar. She's one of the greatest criminals who ever walked the face of the fucking earth. Killed your dog, killed your trees. This fucking epic. So the letter was written. It got leaked. CNN, now remember, Anderson, Vanderbilt, Cooper, and Sanjay Gupta, practicing MD, were in Fukushima, Japan the first 6 days. By the way, nuclear meltdown, or these nuclear meltdowns. Jim Walsh from MIT was saying, no, when I'm screaming, get out, get out. They got out. I know for a fact because I've got my anonymous army. They were briefed when they came back in. Anderson, Vanderbilt, Cooper has not mentioned it since. He mentioned nuclear meltdown in the first days while he was in Japan at least 1,000 times. Haven't said one word, so that's the irony of CNN. Someone leaked it to CNN. CNN put it out last night in the middle of the fucking night. I couldn't sleep. I don't know why I walked up and it popped up. I'm like, whoa. So this is unarguable fucking proof. Now you can go on, and now they've already they're dancing and saying, well, we have an unusual event, blah, blah, blah. This is the rhetoric that they play. You know, state-run media in China going to report it to you? Fuck, please. It's right next to Hong Kong. I mean, right there, very close to the Philippines. I mean, this is a full-blown out meltdown. This is a brand new fucking, this is the first one they ever put online, the fucking European boiler, which nobody fought this reactor harder than Kevin Blanchard. Nobody. So the letter was written. It's a fact, and it was leaked to CNN. Now, the only time they ever, by law, they have to, by international law, the IAEA regulated fucking law out of Vienna. Now, I've got contacts in Vienna. I'm trying to get fucking stuff there, but I'll get it. So the letter was written to the Department of Energy several days ago. Now, the irony is the G7, Biden meeting with them all day. I guarantee this was fucking number one subject. You know, Fukushima, just like Abe, what a saga. Number one. So state-run media in China going to report it? What about state-run media in the United States? There's never been more state-run media in the history of humanity than there is in the United States right now. Remember Lessin, who started, he was the head of TASS Pravda in Russia, the state-run media. He started RT. You know, he was beat to death, I remember the 5th of November in 2016 at DuPont Circle. You don't report that one. How about Facebook's Cheryl? David Goldberg beat to death in Trotsky to the head. Mexico's never in Mexico. You don't talk about any of these, you know. Maybe you can go buy an Elizabeth Holmes fucking Theorem fucking shirt and say, I'm an elitist when it gives you cancer and kills you. I mean, we have a fatalist, sick, fucking demented population. Obey, consume. Scorched fucking earth. So, it's being verified. I'll get to the bottom of it. Here in fucking Ogden, Utah, aka Blood. So, the letter, once I saw this, I mean, it's unarguable that there's a meltdown going on. Because what happens if the radiation levels go off and the meltdown happens? They have to make other countries aware of the plume through the jet stream. And that's what they did. This is by law, they have to. They have to write it to the Department of Energy. And the irony of the Department of Energy, the Department of Nuclear, is the greatest criminal derelicts that ever fucking walked. But you're talking one of the great the great criminal prizes. They cover up Fukushima. You don't think they can cover up meltdown? The only reason we know about Fukushima is we had the live cam. The live cam, and it got out all over the fucking world, and people saw it physically fucking blow up. They're like, holy fuck. Oh, there he is. All right. Waiting for a fucking... So, it's unarguable fucking proof. There's a nuclear. This is the very first one. It went on in 2018. I did a video about this reactor in January 2018. This is when your Lord and Savior Trump, who ended up being Obama. Trump would still be president if he would have mentioned Fukushima one time, but he just met it with a B 18 times and just covered up Fukushima. And so, just like that criminal derelict Obama, now sliding with Biden. The team's in place. I mean, Biden was on the team that covered it up in the first place. So, it's a letter that was leaked out. It's unarguable proof. There's a meltdown going on there. They'll crash the worldwide network dishes. They'll crash them. And, well, they've already been crashed. Go to fucking Radnet right now. Try it. I mean, what's the irony? Gina McCarthy's the prime example, who crashed Radnet on March 12, 2011. Scientists are mystified, they're baffled, they're puzzled, they're stumped. Just the greatest event in human history. Let's just keep building more. So I put up a video that year of these meltdowns, of the danger of this reactor once they started it, and they were having problems. People were leaking to me they were having problems. It was on the front page of Reddit. I knew Aaron Swartz personally. I was at his trial when he hung himself. Fucking Reddit sure don't fucking get it. Google took it down. Had 50,000 views in the first couple hours, and they just took it down. And you can't talk to anybody at Google. The robot just told me we just took it down because. Okay. Stand tuned.